no problem. Okay. Finally, we can receive our Vice President, Mr. Holly. Uh, he 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 also very she's really coordinate and support for our this self-pastoring program. Mm. For this self-pastoring program to be formed and settled because of him, his work, that we could able to have this kind of a foundation this day. Mm. And now we also work together because he's vice Japan church vice president now. Mm. That's why this our we can say, because without him we could not have this kind this self pastor program could not be established. So we like to thank him. Thank you, and we also welcome him. I will speak in Japanese. If it's Korean language, I can do it. But anyway, in Japanese. You from Thailand and Malaysia, in this 21st century, this South Asia. This is our Asia Pacific era. Mm. This is like Pacific civilization. Yeah, this will become the developed country, and will it become the leading civilization. In the, in the end, the Korean, Japan, and America, the north part, but it's like the full Pacific region. For this Pacific Rim, so we need the Asia region, and also Australia and South Korea can centering on become the true parents culture rim. Otherwise, Korean, Japanese, North Korea only cannot make it. So we have to really connect this foundation, the Asia Pacific rim, become Korea to complete the Korean Pacific rim. Mm. So that's why every country have this kinds of understanding to move forward. This Waku Waku seminar you are studying now, right? Mm. Yesterday you studied, right? Yesterday. Mm. Today also you hear some more speech this morning from Mr. Skida. We also learned about from Nemoto about the mission center. Oh, you also have heard Nakamura. Well, you heard about from Mr. Nakamura. So you have the divine principle spirit and this self-pastoring program spirit together. Mm. Every one of you. Bec I didn't hear any reflection from you yet. It is a nice, great seminar. can I have one reflection from? Can I have the reflection from one of you? Hi, somebody volunteer. He wants to hear the reflection. Only one short reflection. Short. She speak. He knows English. He can understand English, right? 英語で大丈夫ですよね。He can understand English, no problem.
To come and to visit us. We receive so much love from the mother nation of Japan, and I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Leven Tokono, also that allow us to be here, and my short reflection. I think Asian, Thailand, and Malaysia, we wait for this content more than 10 years, and all the time our education always apply and implement from Japan since video center system in 1988, and then I think also STF education I inherit from Leven Iteso Aoki when I graduate from UTS, and it become one of the good education that Thailand carved and second gen continue to develop. And in 2008, we received a grace from Leven Kwan Sanggi and MES. And but I think Leven Masatate Kachikuri, who working in Thailand, he saw the situation is typically a Thailand situation still in the full-time member system, situation similar to Japan 1980s.
I see.
And we have some good witnessing system to bring in people, because Thailand and Japan and also Malaysia really similar situation. We don't have Christian background at all, and education centering on the original mind, core value, really upgrade the potential of Thailand CAP to witnessing the young people, and also core value movement and MES also finally even apply to the heavy tribal Messiah education to make divine principle become more universal, even reach until they accept 3-day ceremony centering on the value of Hyojong. But our education to maintain the member, to guiding and take care, especially home member system and working member system. And I think Leven Masatate Kachikuri really see that situation of Thailand is really seriously need to be changed, because economic develop so much.
Yes.
Yeah, and going more and more become closer to Taiwan. And we cannot continue center member system anymore. And also how to guide member to strengthen their spirit in the positive way. And we discover that what we have learned these 2 days together with the Leven Lai Pengyam, we always really close and talk. We feel, I can say one word, subarashi. And really come to the point that we really need it. And we, especially the point is how to strengthen original mind, strengthen conscience, and that we can make the whole congregation, even our whole movement, CAP member, Bread family, and second generation to be able to overcome negativity. And the era of internet and also pornography and many negative things come out, and so many distraction from the outside in the we will welcome the 5G era next year. I think Leven Sukita education and Kosei church system is a really critical time that we can inherit. And I think on the foundation that we coaching and core value movement and original education from Leven Kwansangi, I think our leader can equip with this education well, and we will study really in detail and try to inherit from Leven Sukita and Leven Telada from our heart and the feeling and the guiding member. And even heavy tribal messiah area, this education centering on conscience is so great and very universal. I think all government organization will welcome this education, same as a Hyojong Munwa education. And I think what we have learned, this is truly the settlement era of Chonyuguk. Chonyuguk Anchak Chide is really what we learned from Leven Sukita. Actually, Father educate this, I think maybe in 1996 to family and I. He talked about conscience really in his speaking tour. Maybe that is a official speech. And then he emphasized about this point again. But what Leven Sukita doing is really compile our education together with the what we call 21 work, right? 21 training together, that what we should practice and apply. How can we become the strengthen our conscience? And I feel so grateful. And this year, Two Mother program Chonyuguk Anchak, not Chonyuguk Janggon anymore, become Chonyuguk Anchak. And I really grateful, and we will apply and learn everything. And we hope that maybe 3 months later we can invite Leven Sukita to Thailand and to guide. And so I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Leven Therada also. After Sunday service, we received report and testimony to each department leader in Kosei Church, like children, Sunday school teacher, and the leader who take care who take care the high school, second gen, the leader who take care university, the leader who take care working youth, the leader who take care family member, and they all talking about self-pastoral program. And we are really curious. Wow, we are so passionate to study, and now we hear more in detail, and we are so grateful. And before we go back, we would like to discuss with each department leader in Kosei Church again. And this time, Japan headquarters and Leven Therada allow us to pray in the Meiji Jingu, walking very long from, and we pray in Shibuya headquarters. Actually, I have some spiritual experience. I pray for, we watched the video about Leven Kuboki, the 50-year anniversary of Japanese church in 2008. And I pray, I don't know, I pray for Leven Kuboki and Leven Kentaro Kachikuri. Yes. Because long time ago, I know Leven Masayoshi. I feel I feel very close to Japan headquarters, and really once again to express gratitude to our mother nation of Japan, and we will try our best to same as what we have learned from Leven Kwansangi and core value movement in 10 years ago. And this become making a new era of Thailand movement and Malaysian movement, and we will settlement of the like a working youth system and how to take care Bay family and second generation, and make strengthen our car movement and also heavy tribal Messiah for the restoration of Chaniguk. Yeah, so grateful. Thank you very much.
No, seems you have learned many things already. Thai and Malaysia. Hope you can really practically, I mean, practice it in your place and father's country, mother's country. Which way? If mother's side is meaning if you meaning in on the way try through different failures that we can come up to here, then you can come to learn. So if you just observe those are good one, so you can have a shortcut, no need to go through many ways, those process of failure. So now that here you are, you can receive these contents. So now our Skida, Mr. Skida can have this program more complete and to really teaching people. Though he's a thank he's appreciating me for the support, but for this support. But this is we can say it's actually God give us this. According to the era, God give us these contents. Uh, so, so I think that's the best realization uh, for Japan. As based on the divine principle, the principle of indemnity, Japan have gone through a lot of hardship and long way. You all study the divine principle, centering on true father, true mother. Suppose in 7 years we can restore one generation, we can restore the nation, restore the world. That's suppose that's our unification movement. Then basic what happened to our family, what to do. So second gen, we have no so much attention for this part, especially in Japan church. We are very weak about this portion. Mm. We heard the divine principle and become full time, then receive blessings. Stuff. I mean, this we are very good in these things, but according but the next step, how we can really restore our family. So we just start the family, continue go forward, and our second gen, the blessed second generation. But they looks like they are abandoned, though they are second gen, so they become resentful. So there are many cases like this. But finally, the era is entering in the settlement of Cheonggi-gu. But this two mother said these two direction, these two parts should not be conflict. It should be in one. No contradictory. So these two portion meaning we have to all take care and balance all the. So those mother said those are suffering indemnity is already ended. So that from now on, from true parents, centering on true parents, the eternal kingdom of heaven will start. So meaning from true mother now, so all the good things will happen now and then be connect to the eternity. So that's why you can see true mother are investing a lot for second generation's education, but very sorry it was not like this in the past. The true mother let all those history, the past history ended, and then to start a new history. But unification church member thoughts always have the idea of a restoration. So, to have a so from now on the new stage of Cheongil, actually our blessed family do not have that foundation of that contents, though they receive the blessing, though they are born as a second generation. But 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 we will keep this situation to continue to go on forever. The situation we are now in. For example, myself, when I was born, my parents they have their own mission area and pioneering the mission. Uh, bef- so before 1 year old, I was already given to others to to take care. So I was raised up without knowing my parents' faces. Finally, so it means I was left in the church. So that's my place. Church. Inside the church, there's a small baby running around, and that's me. Mm. So, even nighttime, I am sleeping in the church. I don't have home to go home to. Finally, this baby grown up. One time, there's a old woman come. Then the old woman really approached me. I said, oh, who is this? That's my mother. She's my mother. One time, one elder sister, and then point one old man said, "That's your father." I thought I thought that sister was my father actually, but the real father was there. Oh, so this old man is my father. I see. Mm. That's why in our generation, it's that the kind of situation we were facing. So in my generation, those second generation's education. So everybody look at us as the true children because they're blessed children. It's like they're really God's children. Yeah. So that's like Kyombe, they bow down to us like that. But in that time, that kind of period, not really long, because many second gen were born soon. Everybody's very energetic. They don't listen to, they don't follow. You ask them to be quiet, they're very noisy, but they don't mind you, just be noisy. Mm. So they run around everywhere, around. Then they write, we use crayon or draw on the wall in the church. So, so in our second generation, so from God's child become a noisy children, that kind of image. And they so they have their own area for them, like that. Because so the, so they were put in other rooms because they're too noisy. Then, so it is because a high expectation to the second generation in the beginning, so they think as a standard as a full-time member. So they expect we can behave and do like a full-time member. Mm. When we look at we look at true children, also we say they are meaning true father and meaning true mother. That's how we expect the true children. That's a mistake actually. Mm. We just have our own expectation, then just ask question. Then we look at them just in our own viewpoint. That's why the way the true children or second generation inside the church, not outside the church, they look like persecuted, like a victim. in Thai and Malaysia. Maybe you have a few second generation, but I mean, a few elder member, for blessed members, blessed families. I think the second gen maybe also experience the same process as we did. So meaning the members didn't understand the situation and they have a very high expectation because second generation was not really were not able be educated well, but the member has uh, high expectation, and then would meaning be commended, be judged, something like that. The same as true children, they also have this kind of experience. In Japan, we witness many married couple, and listen, those PMC, their children, their own children, uh, together with the second gen, we have around 30,000 members. But inside our church, our atmosphere, and then only reduced to 3,000 members only because people, the children don't want to come. Mm. So I learned a lesson from my own experience. But if they cannot learn the lesson, then we will see these children have no faith. That time, Mr. Skida's, if that time have this self-pastor program, maybe we can still have keep for 7,000 members to in the church. Mm. So then that second generation, now we have around 45,000 second generation, this number in church. It looks like we have many, but next after Africa, second gen more multiply. If after 20 years, many more second gen were coming out. Some like people not even understand their second gen, so that kind of situation might come. So this is second generation blessed children. They can really join as a part member of our youth department members. Uh, yes, our unification culture is to walk the path of indemnity, mm, centering on divine principle. So sorry to say, you also experienced that before, I think, centering on divine principle. To decide, to judge what is right, what is wrong based on divine principle, to judge. So, there's nobody can enter kingdom of heaven based on that standard, because we use the divine principle to judge. So you mean not qualified, not qualified. So like 80 kilo, you will be only maybe only 4 kilo is qualified. Blessed children also for church. Uh, Very hard, very strict for. I mean, very hard for them to approach to go to church. Mm. Also, second gen were not the trend, so they don't have. Means they are not trend and they don't have faith. So that we think the kind of image. Unification Church for 50 years of history. But when we look at it now, how we can do witnessing, we, the young people outside the street, almost they have the same thinking like our second generation, this young people's era. They have the same thoughts. In before, in Japan, the first generation, my parents, when they were winners, that time is like Japan will become communism or the democracy country. The children, the students are really risking their life to really to want to save want to save the nation because that dangerous situation that the country is in encounter. But now you can see Japan is very peaceful. But around 50 years ago, situation when you the Meiji Shingu you went the other day in the north area, there's a headquarters of the communist, right? It's the biggest jinja, Japan's jinja. Just beside it, there's a communist headquarters. 50 years ago, the communist headquarters, the young people gather there and they make demonstration. Their direction, the direction is they approach up to Shibuya. Then in the streets, they throw something. Oil. Yeah, the fire bottle something. The oil put fire and then throw the bottle to make fire to demonstration rallies. But like our church from our when you go out, there's a crossing area that now have some construction there. There's a rice store. The opposite corner. It's like nothing there, but 50 years ago, uh, around 47 years ago, over there, that's the place that the communist. There was people killed there in the spot during the demos, the rally. Yeah, just beside, around 10 meters from here. So Japan was not peaceful like this before. Actually, inside Japan, the communists and uh, and the democratic the people this fight. We have this battle before. Then in the midst that people that moment that we witnessing and then really witness a lot of people in that time. Those times member, joint church member, and in this era, the people are witness that their concept is completely different. The way the way they think are different because the era is different. But we didn't notice that part. Uh, so on the first generation, when they see people do not understand divine principle, they think these people have no faith. Mm. It doesn't mean they don't have faith. Means that the seed is planted in them and it's going to move, start to grow. Like that we go to the playing grounds that you have the gun shooting. If you shoot the volume, you get prize. Mm. Because you're shooting those object is not moving. But if you those are moving object you can shoot, then you got bigger price. Mm. In other words, second generation, third generation, they are it's like this situation. The young people now we want to witness them. We want to do witnessing. Uh, great people say, but if they they do not understand young people, so that gap they couldn't understand the gap. Then how can witness them? Though they say witness. The truth is the same, no changing. Truth is not is no changing. But the way to promote but how about change the way to promote the truth in this new era? In the past, the Unification Church era, we witnessed the individual. The, so the individual, they become full-time member, become member, and full-time member do mission. But the era already changed. This is the HTM, meaning we are witnessing the family. So, so we are making the whole family become a member, meaning so we have to open the entrance bigger. If the entrance is very small, so only the small things came in. But if we make the entrance more bigger, the more people can come in. So that's try to think if there's a uh, better way. So now in Japan, not only here, I want to say is a self-pastoral program. Not only this program, uh, there are some other places also doing well in witnessing. But when we observe them, the more we can understand the past history, the way we did witnessing before compared to before. It's a little bit different. The culture is different already. So though the way we do witnessing is different, but the common things is so for example this self-pastoral program. Look at look at people, the not look at people or judge people, but to our own conscience, centering on divine principle, not to judge people. It's not the way anymore. But as a family, uh, then encourage each other, then march forward together. Before before we scope member, and then that's the way we do. Now we encourage people to the way education is to encourage. So the culture is different already. Based on this different culture, then we make a new culture of education. So now this kind of this era is a little bit different. So doesn't mean we are doing different things, because when the hand come out from the water, you can see first. You only see the 5 individual fingers coming out. It looks like different, but if you coming out, it's only one hand, the same hand. So now the different kinds of things are coming out, but before the Konsaki-san have some program. There are also many things, but now that's for. So meaning God give us many kinds of things, one by one. And through those things, He told He given to us. Not it is not different things. It's for us to have a better church. For us to have a better church. So that's the way how we look at the past also. So if it's not like this uh, realization, if the unification concept, maybe you think something coming out, everybody would judge it is correct or right. If it's wrong, then we have to remove it, kick it out, or something. So if it's correct, then next new things coming out. Then God, God, the second one, correct things coming out. This one is correct or wrong? This only correct, because collecting only one, so the next coming out should be removed. It's not right. Or then third one, there's another thing come out. No, that's wrong. That you could remove. Then God has worked hard to produce this new in order for this era to needed the things, then to produce the new thing. But we remove them. And, God would feel sad. And they say, God said, konnichiwa, and they want to say konnichiwa to you, and then you kick out, kick out, kick out. That's a pain. You cut it out, cut it out. A few of them understand me. Thank you. Thai or Malaysia, in your place, that there are many teaching in your area that is also God's desire, because God want to embrace all the people through parents. So centering on true parents. That's why we that's an absolute. Yeah, true parents is absolute. That's correct. True parents is the center. Then next, in order to embrace, we have to embrace all the people. So we have to expand to different direction, different field. That's why from now on, through this program, can reach many people, to reach their conscious, and there must be many ideas also. Then so don't just cut it out immediately, because we have this culture, this new culture. Some means new things come out not easy to be persist continually. So from now on, two or a second gen or third generation, in order to when they come born, they coming out, we we cannot just talk about those suffering indemnity things, but with true parents, though we have some hardship, but they are more beautiful, wonderful things. That kind of contents, that kind of, we have to become that kind of parents. For that, we have to transform ourselves to that. In the past, everybody become full time, for Japan, church members, for this new era, that the young people that them work in the outside society, then through HTM, as a HTM, in their area, that contribute for their area. Then also grow our church member. So instead, more than be a church member, they will become the parents in their area. So they can have like the parents of the of their area. Then the federation is the church. That's the church. That's we have. So that we have to have a church and membership from that kind of era, then transform to each family become the center, become the center, and then contribute to their area. So in order to develop that providence, so that the church can become the place that can help them, educate them to fulfill that mission, that responsibility. So far, we will learn in the church, then we do our best. And from now on, we, meaning each one of you, through the walk, you learn this self. You become small leader for this program, the self pastor program, and practice the walk. And then these members come to church. Uh, this, so the image, I mean the image of the flow will be a little bit different. Mm. If not doing like this, our true parents' the desire, our original image, our original nature cannot really be live up. This week, Sunday, I will go to Totoli. I will go to Totoli, the place name, Totoli. Niaoju, Totoli. In Thai or Malaysia, in the Asia region, you are doing the HTM. To compare with the Asia, we are left behind actually for HTM project. Much left high much further. But now in Totoi, there the population is getting less and less. It's around 500,000 population. But in there, we were able to gather the 6,000 people. We will gather 6,000 people. 1.2% of the population will gather. In there, Yoalim will come over. Will speak in Japanese. Yoalim cannot speak Japanese actually. Every day she's not sleeping, but try to start practice the speech in Japanese. Around in 3:30 until midnight, the study in early morning. 1990, when True Mother came to Tokyo Dome and speak in by Japanese language. So the same way that Yoaniba will follow this step without knowing Japanese language, but she will speak in the Japanese. So in this place, totally, the 1.2% population's gathering, she will speak. There, my father, 50 years ago, he was the district leader there. He started his family there in Totori. I was born there. No. What I want to say is, 50 years ago, in Totori, in that region, that's the only blessed family there that time that have had this that time 50 years ago, only that blessed family, staff family. Now after 50 years, the 1% the people population can gather and do this 6,000 people's convention there. A few not like you Thai, but we will have the I will give the officiate the blessing there for these 6,000 people. That's why Thai or Malaysia, when you started, you pioneer your place, it's only start very few members, but after 50 years, uh, continuous, then the result will become like this the day in your place. So maybe even mean from now on, maybe you can have a more developed because the providence now is very fast. San, San, San Tome also give the national levels blessing in Africa. There are almost no any church member there in the country. Mm. But the president of the country said to True Mother, she said, True Mother, I receive your blessing. This country become your True Mother, your country. That's why, True Mother, please take it as your own country. Please come here anytime. We will welcome you anytime. This is Santoma priest. This is said by the words from the president of the country. This is a really amazing era now. Then, really, I and you are the same. We have our own country area. You have king in your place or the president in your nation. Then they can then say the same thing to our True Mother. So quickly, let's make the foundation for True Mother to come. Mm. So that's my feeling. Really, just like Bible says, the one that came late will become the first. The first came will become the last. Mm. Really, it's happening like that now. God, this self-pastoral program is prepared by God, I believe. Mm. Mr. Sugida, it's like Malia, like she received this pastoral program from God, and there's the revelation from. But in the unification Japan's culture, that we have to first complete our donation. The priority number one is donation. The rest of thing next, second. Mm. This is our principle here. That's why Mr. Sugida, for him, he wants to spread out. He wants to give birth of this program. You cannot give birth here. You cannot give birth there. He wants to give birth of this program, but that he has this suffering in him. Then so that's why he just tried to do a little bit in his own church, and then all the members, they are very happy, very inspired. And then he changed his mission, so transferred to other place. So and then the people there so they have to stop and give. Mm. So things like this happen. So what did I do is I'm not the mother, so I'm the to say the one to help to give the birth. So when the baby come, I try to help and then pull the baby out. So that's my mission, my role. The important thing is when the new things are going to emerge, yeah, or you want to start a new thing. So not only the one who will initiate the new things, when that area must the time the Abel can I can understand. then protect for him. They encourage him. Otherwise, the things cannot be happen. It cannot be emerged. Usually, second second generation will make the new things. Then the first generation must keep the protection, protect them. As we understand, usually it should be like that way. Right? That's how you're thinking, right? But this one is reverse. But no, it's upside down. Upside down. That's why important thing is, so we will not be under this kind of bondage. There's God's desire to substantialize, to be realized. Second generation try to experience the first gen's the first generation try to experience what the second gen's experience. You try to do Cain try to try the Abel's mission, and then Abel tried to do the second Cain's mission, the things he do, so you can understand the experience and the feeling. So through work, the exercise, so you can understand each other's feelings, so you can break the gap, the division. Usually Abel is like this, and Cain is like this. Usually it's like that. Now my spouse, she's the president of a woman fed. Mm. Well, I'm the vice president of Japan Church. The man should be the president, right? Better. Yeah, yeah. Uh, if I go home still, I'm the vice president only. So it affect our relationship. Actually, our position affect our couple's relationship a bit. She she always go out to the worldwide country visit. Yeah. So now she's in Belarus, Russia, the country beside Russia. She's here. She's there now. Already 2 weeks. She's not home. When she's back, mm, and end of month, she going to Spain. Next month, she's going to Rwanda. It's like upside down, right? You think she's more outgoing. It's like a man. She's always flying here and there. No? Mm. That's why through self-pastoring program is really needed for us. I must be like this, must be like that. That kind of thoughts that make you very suffer. I'm vice president. For vice president, if you think people should deal with me because I'm a vice president, if you have that kind of thoughts, will make you mentally sick. How to say? Mm. That's why you must be very careful always. When I go to the regions in Japan, when if there's a great people come, everybody quickly run and get his bag and then serve. Like, and I will say, it's okay, it's okay. Like, I will just bring myself. Don't no worry, no worry. Mm. Mm. God, how what can make God happy? What is God really happy about? When the great people, like you serve Him and let Him satisfy, that's what God wants. Or like give the chair, quickly give chair to Him, quickly make the table clean. If he's only leader, you make your members work. That kind of leader, you don't decide, right? Live for others. Then the great people themselves have to do it first, right? Live for others. That's why leader, the image of leader, I really challenge to change that kind of change the image of leader. Leader is not somebody great, but leader is to do the good things ahead of others. The, so the culture of our church, we have to transform it to the suitable the culture of a Chongigu. That's why everyone we go through this self pastoring program. That actually everybody have the need to learn this. Then we can change the culture of our church. Not if only the member learn. It's a dangerous if only member meaning leaders not learning. But if only leader learn this, also dangerous. Meaning, if not either not learning, somebody will blame someone else. It will persecute because we always want to persecute somebody. Because we know divine principles. We have divine principles. Divine principle in order to separate Satan. Then, like with samurai, we bring a sword in order to cut the family. in, Inside the church, that we have many members are hurt. That's why in the Japan island, that's stop the cutting others. That's just bring the nail cutter only, just cut small cut, small cut only. Then let's encourage each other. And then once a week, then you gather, and then reflect the 1 week, how our hearts going to share together. If the company president should like this gather together to share also. This week, I have a 1 million results something. That you become nervous. This week, I kick out my vice president. So that meaning the president knows they can share, relate to each other, the company. So if church leaders come together, so they can relate to each other also in their own. The member is not supporting me like that. Then you feel very frustrated or very angry. So that kind of that's my this week feeling or something. The other leader were very understanding how you feel. Mm. Or if your own leader not practical, given not a very difficult goal, it's not practical. And my leader do not understand at all. I cannot kill him, but I really want to kill him. So then you can share the feeling so far inside your heart, also always stuck in your heart. Uh, Please forgive such kind of bad myself. Please forgive this very sinful person, myself. I will try to repent, but still they want to kill our Abel. The feeling is still there. So the repentance, but in the other hand, is want to kill, killing emotion. Mm. In our life of faith, this is our reality. That's why uh, I myself, that we can really share together with others. But this is feeling is not my real self. Then, if we can overcome this, what kind of feeling will come to us? The real feeling. Our very not very reasonable reader. That behind him there's a God is also waiting for my Abel's victory. It's okay also you just you yourself alone pray hard. I mean it's okay just nobody around. But by family, I try to share together, then and move forward together as a family. It's also a good era, right? This kind of era coming. So we have a faith, but if we are walking alone, very lonely. So we still having that kind of culture, walking the path very lonely. Our faith is for what? What our faith for? Is in order to share everybody together my original heart, original feeling. That's why. So still in the unification church era, still cannot express myself. Still cannot tell, cannot express. So try to step one step forward. No, no, let's stop that situation. Want repent and want to kill Abel. That kind of the stage that us to liberate us from the sin. Well, I'm the father. Why I have to wash the place instead of thinking that way? Father, but I still can wash place. See, I'm father, but I still can cook. I'm the father, but I can massage the mother. I myself actually challenge myself. What? Because my wife is more tired than me when she come back. So I also think I also tired. But my wife is much more tired than me. Though I come back also I'm very tired, but when she come back she's much tired. Mm. So we just all knock down and then just look at each other. What would happen? Who will massage for who? Who will do first? In the word of love, in the word of love, the one lost, the one lose is the one win. I think because my body still can move, so then I will be the one to do the massage. So I massage for her. we are three generations living in one house together. My parents, my mother saw my son is massage my daughter-in-law. How the mother-in-law will feel? See? Oh, you can say, that's great, wonderful. She can be that. But if in other viewpoints, what kind of a daughter-in-law is this? You can have that kind of viewpoint too. Yeah. That's why my parents also have to do this self-pastoring program. In order for everybody to have happiness, uh, we have to go out our own range. Yeah, have to go out from yourself, because the other person is very weak. That we have to support and do the to support, to come to help. Or the other side is a problem, then we have to support. So that's why pastoring program is, after you learn, that everybody would freely flexible to really change their role and then do the different work to help and support each other. Oriental culture, the viewpoint is, it's strange to look at that situation like this. But in my house, the grandpa is the one throw the garbage. For me, then that's an unfilial piety. It's not me. I keep the ration to my father to throw garbage. Mm. My father, he's thinking, anything I can do, then so voluntarily he do the job, throw the garbage. So I really respect him. I I look at my children. uh, I can also tell, you do. How about you do this, do that? I can give sermon to them too. But recently, my children grown up, they develop. I I asked Akimiyoshi-kun. He by himself. Then he will speak out what I want to say to him by himself. Yeah, why you don't study while you are watching the animation? He will say by himself before I say to him. uh, you read the animation, but you still have to study. But so and so. Why are you only? So he was sermon to himself. So after I listened, he said, "Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, you know what I want to say already. Hi, then you go and study." If you do not, if you do not learn this waku contents, you will only say what is in your mind only. But that does understand a little bit the person's feeling, then you will be more flexible. Mm. That way, in the true sense, the family will become more, will develop, become better. Grandpa is the one throw garbage. Doesn't mean that he lost grandpa's authority. When we look at it, the children, the children would think that today's garbage is quite heavy today. Let us help the grandpa to throw the garbage. The children say like that. Mm. That's why three of them, three of us, we go out to throw the garbage together. Grandpa, me, and my son. So three of us together, we throw the garbage for today. three generation to throw together to garbage. It's like going to picnic. Looks like we're going to picnic. I, the Unification Church, now enter the era of Family Federation. It's 50 years of history in Japan. Reading it, this blessed family, we know God. We not to like a very this a system and like a very how to say systematic or formality, but not. Let's make it freely make it free. So if mother is tired, let's just have a massage for mother. So, if the garbage is heavy, the three generation together go and throw it. So like do not like how to say stick to certain rule. Like, that's be a very flexible and that kind of family. So that's what I want to introduce to you. Uh, so hope you can more effectively adjust or apply in you and spread in your country. Mm. In this world, they really stick to certain system. You have to go to the good college, otherwise you'll not be recognized by people. You must become a rich people, otherwise people will not recognize you. You must have a higher position, otherwise people will not recognize you. Uh, in our church, also like that kind of a concept also is invade in our church. It, it's important we really restore the people to meet the president, to meet the those rich people or those influential people. That's important for us to connect to them. But but we cannot just only pay attention to those external part that we can gain victory. No, not only through that. We we where is the important things we have to really focus also pay attention to. The outside world, this there are many things they cannot do that we, but for us we can really sacrifice and do it. mm. We have this kind of a freed heart. mm. mm. Please maybe one time or two time you practice, you can master it in a short time. So please practice this self-pastoral program. Always try to continue it, try it again and again. And Thai, Malaysia, brothers, sisters, uh, please try invest and then develop it it become better and better. Mm. My thinking is Japanese is very serious, very hardworking, industrious. Mm. If you ask him to work, he will not stop working. Yeah, like a robot. Korean people, they after 1 hour they will make only regulation. They will make their own style and then rest after 1 hour. That's Korean style. Mm. But every country have your own characteristic. Mm, mm. but but so every country has the weak points too. For Japan, is we are like Robert. Divine principle Robert. Divine principle Robert. Mm. So so only in this range they are good people. If not, this kind of depends on the same like this. Like you are not divine principle person. Something like that. So we are serious. We are serious. Look at the divine principle. That seems but become like we don't have love. But that actually the style of that's the style of a Japanese love. So Thai and Japan, Malaysia, I think you have your own good points and weak points. Mm. And there you can mm, through this waku waku, these seminars, uh, then it can be and make it become can solve your problem in your for your places. And for example, Thai, so some weak points, a problem. So you can use Waku Waku seminar to really to help it. So we hope that so Waku Waku seminar can really help you. So not only study it, but make it really can development for your place. Then you can have the confidence. Then you can spread God's words with confidence. The Divine Principle lecture is a theology teaching. Mm. The theology is good, but how about the practical reality? The application. So the application for the application, this self pastor program is important for you to apply the divine principle. Divine principle uh, itself in a way to say the Japanese style divine principle application in the past meaning what he means. So members are not happy with it, right? Yeah. Yeah, for us, we don't like it actually. So we have to overcome it. So not just do your own way, but based on our original mind, mm, then to find a real solution. So I think that's true parents that guide us to up to this, so it can apply it in our daily life. So that's what Mr. Skida is trying to make this program for us now. That's why in Japan, around 20, we say we waste 20 years time. We can say that. Why? True father said already HTM things already long ago. But what is the HTM? Or say father told us to change to family fed the name, but we didn't understand the meaning of it. Unification church, the stage, the culture, we still continue the 20 years for this unification levels culture, meaning did not practice the family fed culture. That's me. That's why the young people cannot be attracted by the culture. It doesn't mean the divine principle is bad, meaning we didn't move to the next stage, family fed, the culture of family faith. We should have to open up the range. So Thai and Malaysia, now you have more blessed family already. All the young people before now they become parents. So their thinking or their life of faith guidance. So if you continue the unification culture, the past culture, then the family has more conflict. Surely, Well, uh, the second gen, you treat them like member. The second gen, they are not member yet. Actually, in the military, so even you raise the children inside the military, but they are not soldiers yet. Actually, they're just kids. That's all. That, those people, those kids grown up in the military, you treat them like soldiers. That's why the second generation. Uh, true parents true parents who want to love true children the same. We have to have the same love toward our second generation. Then raise up the second generation. Then they can really educate them to really for the true parents, for the providence. For that, this self-pastoral program is very important for us. Mm. As I can see, Japan really lost 20 years time. That's why the elder second generation, that for 20 years the tech second generation, they love true parents. They love God. They think that divine principle is truth, but they don't like church. They don't like the relationship inside the church. They a little bit struggle with the parents. We look at we look at this kind of second gen, we think they don't have faith. So it's not like that. Actually, they just don't like church. That's all. They love God. They love true divine principle. They love true parents. They just don't like church. So to solve this problem, very simple. Just change the church. Just change the church style. Mm. But they think they want the second gen to change. So that's the wrong. That's wrong. So if church change, the second gen will come back to church, and then the outside young people also will come inside. So that's what I want to say. So we have to change the concept. If that concept can be changed, more and more people coming in. The HTM more easy to settle down. In Japan, so for us to understand this, it took 20 years time. I, there are many second gen was a victim, but I'm one of the survivors. There's like many bullet is bomb is falling down. I try to skip. I was able to survive. Second, after high school, they go to the university and they feel, oh, they are free from this. So go to the university, they die outside there. I try to hide. I try to hide, and then I hide in the someone university. So I didn't go outside the world. I just go to the someone and hide there to survive. And then go to UTS. Yeah. That's why it's not an easy task yet for Japan. We for 20 years we have really sacrificed many second gens. Anytime actually they can come back if church changes. And now in Thai, Malaysia. If now you change the church, you will not lose second gen. You can connect them. I really, I feel that you are really blessed. Yeah, thank you. Please, the wonderful truth to connect to the truth that this self-pastoral program for our second generation. It's hard to in the beginning you teach divine principle. First, let them first teach them about the original nature. Let them feel the conscious, that kind of a life of faith, that kind of sharing. On that base foundation, then you connect them to the divine principle. Divine principle. That's very easy for them to understand divine principle. Recently, not the second gen does not understand the divine principle. Actually, if you can activate their original heart, that's what we call God's spirit and the truth. That's what true mother is talking about. That's what true mother is saying. It's a very similar. It's connected. When first generation before, our elder members always follow our true father, then receive the heaven's inspiration, and then receive the divine principle. That's how they learn the divine principle. But now later, we listen the divine principle, and then later we have that we train them to have the spiritual experience. Mm. The two mother said God's spirit and truth means we have to. He wants to go back to the church early period. Meaning, first we have to feel God's love. Then we feel inspired and impressed. Then we study divine principle. In HTM, uh, meaning within your relative, let the relative let them feel the love of God. Then from there, then educate them divine principle. This is this is the era. This is this kind of era. So for second gen, please let them feel the happiness to live for others. Let them be touched and moved. From there, then you connect them to divine principle. So in this way, let them learn for Thai church and Malaysia church. They do not lose the blessed family, that you can really keep them all and march forward together. Mm. That's my wish. Mm. That I want to finish end my speech. True parents is gaining victory already. Let us inherit their victory. Let's work together. Another elephant. 另外一只象吧。
Reverend Holy really encouraging us so greatly that we can hope together Thailand together with the Thailand second gen together with the Japan second gen and the Malaysia second gen. We will protect our very family and second generation and we march forward together for the sentiment of showing good life. Yeah, thank you so much. And I feel so grateful to Reverend A.J. Tokono together. I study with him, never same class, but one semester I saw you in the dining hall. Because you almost graduate, I'm a new student. Represent